Welcome to the DJNTV Chill Room Chat, your space to unwind and talk shop. This episode is sponsored by MadeByDJs.com, innovative tools designed specifically by DJs for DJs. DJEventPlanner.com, the industry standard for streamlining your business and booking faster. And DJRequests.com, the easiest way to manage your dance floor's vibe in real time. Support the show by using our Amazon affiliate link at DJNTV.com/Amazon. Now, let's get into the mix.
Welcome to Hanging Out on Monday Nights. We got the core group here tonight, and I got a strange one for you. Well, I don't know if it's strange for me, and I don't know if it's strange for you, but I think it was strange for the person who asked the question that I saw on a forum today. They were saying how they were at a bar, and it's an open format bar, and a lot of the people that were in there were into like country rock kind of stuff. Somebody came up and requested some hip hop. So they started playing some hip hop. They were the second song in, and somebody came up and complained, "Hey, read the room. What kind of DJ are you? Look around you. This isn't a hip hop bar." And he says, "Well, I got a request for this. I'll get back to some country and some rock, but I wanted to play these requests. Read the room." And so before he played the next song, he got on the mic and said, "Hey, I know how to read a room. So just understand, you got some music coming. Here's some rock or some country or whatever." And he started getting booed and heckled, and a lot of racial slurs were being thrown out. He wasn't happy about that. And I understand that. But I think most of us in this room have been in situations, especially since we're all kind of journeymen on this, where we've been in some places with maybe not the nicest people, not the most understanding people, and just add alcohol. How would you handle something like this? I mean, just in general, how would you handle it? That's what I was thinking about. You know?
I saw the post that you're
saw the
referencing.
post?
I did, and I saw your comment too, which is pretty much the, you can dodge and weave your way around anything, but once you turn on a microphone and acknowledge that the fact that the room might be full of some complicated people, you amplify it to a level that could have just been glossed over, we'll say, because you got one person with a problem and now you've turned a whole horde of people against you.
Yeah.
You may put a big bullseye on yourself and made yourself a target. Now, the group that he was playing for, unless this was a private event, with bars, people come and go. It's different walks of life all day long, and you have to kind of, finesse it a little bit, and you play for who's in front of you.
Right.
It's not so much reading the room, but it's just understanding the climate too. By playing something that somebody asked for, that's kind of what you're doing as a bar jock. But I've always found that if somebody just comes walking in the door and the first thing they do is come to the DJ and ask for music that's not what I've been doing for the last hour, I'll give them a pause and say, you got to hold on and understand what's been going on here. And even if I like playing that type of music, whatever they ask for, if it's I'm playing top 40 rock, whatever, someone comes in and asks for Megadeth, I'm like, whoa. Don't you hear Goo Goo Dolls playing? It's like, that's kind of extreme. I can work my way close to that, but this is a public space. This is a public bar. Everyone's money is green here.
Yeah.
I don't care about, necessarily who likes what music. I'm filling space, killing time, and I'm trying to make it the majority of the people happy. People will listen to a song or two they don't like to get into something that they do. They'll give you a pass if you've been playing the right stuff for the last hour.
Sure.
You've been really catering to this group that's there, that's spending money. So if that person to come in and kind of listen for 3 or 4 songs and go, oh, we're doing a whole lot of this.
This is what we're doing tonight.
you can't just upset the apple cart. And a lot of times the people that are there kind of like what's going on, and the people that walk in want to make it different than what they see. And somewhere in between is the compromise. But the last thing you want to do is publicly announce.
Right.
Everyone,
you've been acknowledged.
Suddenly conflict, right? Now you've given away a secret that something's amiss, right? And people are going to feed on it because everybody wants a spectacle. They want a show, and everyone's got an opinion. and you're like, hey, I'm just doing my job, I'm just reading the room. Or, the right thing to have said would be, we are all request, we're doing the best to get to everybody. It's, like we say in New England, if you don't like the weather, wait a minute. It's snowing when you get up, it's 80 degrees at lunchtime, and put your winter coat on when it's 6 o'clock. So I don't know if he handled it right, but that situation does happen. And I think this would be a good discussion if we get some other opinions too, as to how you prevent it and how you handle it. Because it's all, I think, in how you act and how you respond to it when it's evolving in front of you.
Right. Now, Damon, you do a lot of open format stuff.
Yeah, I've been in that room. I didn't see the comment, but from the sounds of it, I've been in that room more than quite a few times.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm trying to word it the right way. I've actually had customers come up to me while I'm playing rock or country or whatever, and the first words out of their mouth is, "Do you like playing this stuff?" And I'm like, yeah, I have no problem with it. I'm getting paid.
Right. It's my job. Do you like doing what you do for a living? I don't know.
Exactly. I mean, I'm getting paid, so I have no problem, playing this. I said, well, can you play this and play this? And, obviously play some hip hop or whatever, because that's what they're referring to when they see me.
Right. Yeah, you don't exactly say Conway Twitty.
Yeah. And I just, I just tell them, hold on, give me a minute, and, I'll work it in there.
Right.
But at the same time, also look at the crowd.
Right.
And if I got a bunch of guys just standing around drinking beer and there's women in there and they're not moving, I may switch it up a little bit to get them moving a little bit,
Yeah.
And then I found out once guys have enough to drink in their system, if girls are out there dancing, they can care less what's being played most of the time.
Just so the girls are, just so the sideshow's being facilitated in a thoughtful way by the entertainment. Yeah. I was thinking about that when John said, if somebody walks in, I don't switch it up for them.
No.
Unless it's a group of chicks. I might switch it up for them, because if they're going to go out and dance to a dead room. But I mean, I understand what John was saying. But that was the exception I was thinking about in my head.
If it's a bus full of, a bachelorette party and they want to hear Spice Girls, want to be like, that's next.
We're
just going to change the culture. Yeah.
What we're going to do for a little while. It'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so.
How about you, buddy?
I don't have a lot of experience in bars per se, because it's different, because I do mostly weddings. But I go back to it, and I think, when we have clients that tell us that they give us a lot of restrictions. The wedding dispatch, we can have quite a few restrictions for songs, and you kind of have to have that in your back of your mind, going, okay, fine, great. They don't like these. Is it the artist, or they don't like the genre? And that's one of the things when you talk to your client, is asking questions beforehand. Now, the DJ should have known going into the bar what kind of bar it is. He or she should have been asking questions and saying, okay, is this more of a pop? Is it more rock? Is it more country? And the guy says more country, and someone comes and says, hey, I want to do some hip hop. You have to kind of think like, okay, fine, great. Can you do some stuff that will fit in that genre and feel good in that area? Or are they asking for stuff that is just, doesn't fit the mood and genre whatsoever of the bar? And that's a hard thing for someone coming in and, requesting a song. Requests are not guarantees. And
well, what happens at a lot of these places is they really expect, they want you to be a chameleon. Mm-hmm. I've been in a situation like that before. It's like, whoever comes in here, just play for them. I was doing Grand Geneva Resort in Lake Geneva, and that was the deal. If they're here, play for them. It doesn't matter what they want. Just play for them. So it was anything goes.
Getting onto the microphone and adding that and antagonizing the people saying, hey, I'm going to play these songs, versus maybe playing one or two songs, and maybe they didn't like the girls didn't like those songs. You played a couple songs and you go back into the stuff that the rest of the crowd likes, but calling it out on a microphone sometimes can backfire, and I think that added more fuel to the fire versus saying, hey, you know what, just played a couple songs, see what happens. Nothing's happening. Okay, switch it back to where it's working. And again, working is very loose, because Again, Brian, you've done clubs and bars. Damon, you've done a ton
Oh,
of clubs and bars. And
Damon
John,
lives in them.
yeah, you guys all know. I hear from you guys a lot about turning over the bar and turning over the room, and getting people on and off and stuff like that. So they're over drinking. It's again, it's different from a wedding or a private event, but I definitely would say I would not have called out, hey, I'm gonna play these songs. There again, just adding more fuel to the fire.
I'll tell you what's been on my mind since I read the post. And I understand the DJ's reaction. Now, I don't know this DJ. This DJ is local to me, I guess. This DJ is Milwaukee, but I don't know them. I don't believe they're my age. I just get a feeling they're a little younger. Because most of the DJs in my market are quite a bit younger than me now. Unless you're about ready to retire or have already done so. But look, I think that I'm just of a generation where we're a little more thick-skinned. We've seen stuff. And look, I would not like it at all. And I do not like it, or have not liked it, when I go into an establishment and I hear customers make racial slurs of any kind about the kind of music I'm playing. I get it a lot with Latin because we get a lot of mixed crowds here. Company parties are even like that. And I understand the impulse to react to it, but you got to get out of there safe.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to get out of there without causing any more drama than has already been there. So just because I don't like something that someone says, I really am dead against it. I almost pretend I didn't hear it. Physically and verbally, I pretend I didn't hear it. Inside, I could be boiling and saying, I'm never working at this frickin' place again. But I don't let them know that what they said affected me at all. And I move on with the night. We just got to be a little more thick-skinned about this. And I can tell you, just as a person with disabilities, unfortunately, I live in the world that is not the world that should be. And that's how I look at any situation when I'm a DJ. It shouldn't be like this. People shouldn't act like this. People shouldn't be saying things like this. People shouldn't be doing a lot of things. But you know what? It is. I don't have to like it, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut and do my job and not do anything to feed the flame any more than it's already, flaming up, or however you would word that. Anyway,
It is.
those
But
are my
I
thoughts
think,
on it.
yeah, and you're right. And calling light to it, I think, made it worse. It totally
Oh, it
was
definitely made it
incendiary.
worse.
Right. Versus like, you don't mean that. Go shake your booty or whatever,
But that's a
Whereas-
knee-jerk reaction, and I understand that.
Yeah. And if that person or that individual stirred up a little bit louder, I would hope that the crowd shaming would come in on them and take the wind out of that sail without me having to get involved.
Also going
You're
back,
like, hey.
Going back to what he said, when he reacted to the person come up initially saying, "Hey, this is a country music bar." I really, I'm like, "Hey, pal, I just want, let me play a couple of these songs real quickly. Let me make this other guy happy for a little bit. Let him enjoy, just change it around a little bit, see what happens. Again, is there something you like? Is there a song that you want? Because I'll play I'll play a couple of these songs. I want to play another cool country hit.
Yeah.
Give me something that you like. Give me something that you want to hear. So I go back into it. It's like, yeah, here we go. We're back to where I want it to be.
So much of our job is dealing with just intoxicated people who are not at their best. And they'll just say things and do things that they would not normally do. But seeing how they've had some liquid courage, they're going to speak their mind and they're going to say whatever they're going to say, and they're going to be bold about it. Where, yeah, I agree with you, buddy. I mean, even if I didn't like what they had to say, I think I probably would have just ignored anything I didn't want to hear in that and just said, look, I'm just playing some requests. What do you want to hear? Let me get it on for you. Like, after I get this on, let me play that for you. What song do you want to hear? Just to de-escalate it,
Yeah. But going back to what Buddy said earlier, like the guy should have known what kind of place he was going into. Yeah, you may have that in your head. I mean, it doesn't sound like that he was a regular there. So he might have been filling in for somebody.
Yeah.
And because the situation, I walked into a place like that before. filling in for a friend of mine. He said, yeah, it's a top 40 bar. I walk in. I'm like, okay, this is not a top 40 bar. The security guy, first thing he asked me, do I have any Judas Priest? I'm like, so that's kind of sets the tone right there. What kind of establishment this is for the night.
Right.
Yeah, we're not doing any two steps in here tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no sawdust on the floor, and everyone's in biker jackets. It's
right.
Top 40.
We're not playing Wham. We're not playing Wham.
Exactly. So
yeah, no boy George here. No.
Well, like I said, that's when they ask you that right as soon as you walk in, you're like, okay, this is what we're doing tonight. So, but then, like I say, I get the girls dancing. I play what they want to hear first.
Yeah.
So, and once they've been drinking, then you could just go it from there and get girls dancing and just have a good time. Right. But I definitely wouldn't have said nothing on the mic to that extent. Like,
yeah, I'm with you. I mean, but like I said, I understand that.
Oh, I understand big time too.
He may, this is a human being. I understand the impulse to want to react to it and show where you're at on it. But man, you got to be safe. You got to be safe. I mean, I don't know. And maybe that's just me as a Gen Xer talking.
That's kind of what made me think it wasn't his typical bar, because he would have run into this situation long before now if it was something he was exposed to. That it was just kind of a new flash in front of him. It's like, oh, and the right way to deal with it is to find some crossover tunes. If I was playing rap hip hop and someone came in and asked for Garth Brooks, I would pull Little Nas X, Old Town Road. I would find Nelly with the Florida Georgia Line. I mean, I got a way to cross it over. There's choices that could be made musically that make sense. Play that funky music. There's ways you can get from older stuff and manipulate through the different genres without anybody blinking an eye. It just
I love it when you can do
natural.
that. Sometimes you get people who are real insistent. It's got to be this particular song or nothing. And it's the polar opposite of whatever everything else is being played in that bar that night. Sometimes I'll give them multiple choices. I've done it. Well, I used to do it when we literally didn't have the track because we were all carrying around records.
Oh, yeah, vinyl days for sure. Yeah.
But, now obviously you can have anything, but I can't do that one. Hey, how about this one? Would that be cool? And just kind of give them options of something else they might like that might be a little more palatable for anybody else there. And that would be with country, that would be with Latin, that would be with hip hop, that would be with anything. Because there are tracks that you can do that the rest of the room, can palate. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, if it's like, okay, we're going to do rock and we're going to do hip hop. So okay, we're going to bounce between, I don't know, AC/DC and Judas Priest all night and with a little bit of Tupac and some Biggie. I don't know. Kind of extreme, don't you think? There's got to be something in the middle you can do. Maybe not, though. I don't know.
I'll be looking through my creative mashups right now, really trying to find something that got a little. Well, I got the AC/DC beat with Eminem singing "My Name Is," and stuff like that. It's like, oh, you think you're getting the song, but and you're keeping everybody kind of happy and off kilter, and but you got to take control in that situation. You got to, if it's the rock and dive bar, and like Damon said, they want Judas Priest and the hard stuff, and someone's coming in looking for something that's way too far. Like, listen, I would love to, but this is set for the night. I've got a set list and I got to stay with it. If these guys clear out, I'll be happy to give you some of that later, and just be truthful to them.
I've told this story before. We were having an 80s themed prom night at a bar at the casino I was playing at, and this must have been 10 years ago. I'll never forget it. So it was supposed to be like, dates on Valentine's Day kind of thing. So couples were in there, and it was everybody, it was mixed everybody in there, but it was an 80s theme Valentine's Day. So this cat comes in with a gold grill in his mouth, chains around his neck. Need I say more? He walks up to me and he's like, you got any 2 Chainz? I'm like, no, that's not what we're doing tonight. What do you mean that's not what you're doing tonight? I said, no, we're doing like an 80s theme, Valentine's Day theme tonight, all 80s music. It's like, you got Debbie Gibson or Tiffany? I think We're Alone Now. Do you got that track? I'm like, yeah. Like, play that joint. I'm like, all right, cool. So I played it and they were all dancing around. It was hilarious. It's the funniest thing ever. I took video of that. So you can flip it sometimes. You can if you're like, okay, we're doing this here. This is what we do here. I can't do that, but I can do this. How about that? Sometimes you can do that. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it's a little more broad on the open format. I'm sure we've all seen that too. But if you need something to fall back on, you can do that sometimes.
No, for sure. I don't think the people that come in intentionally want to hijack the room, especially if it's advertised and the signs are out. It's like
Right.
beach blanket party, whatever. And I don't think they intentionally want to come in. They just live in their own little 3-foot bubble and they didn't see any of the signage and they get in there.
Right.
It's a night like any other night. Like, why is everybody wearing all this Hawaiian shirts and get up? And they just think it's just a normal night at the bar.
That's weird. Yeah.
It's like, I missed the memo, but can I hear something that doesn't fit? Just like what's going around you, right? It's like, we can play limbo. We can do something for you. Have some fun. Loosen up.
But if the gentleman who had this happen to him is watching, don't take this to heart. This is I think something like this has really happened to all of us. This is how you learn. So I'm not telling you that I've always done the right thing. I'm not telling you that I've always known how to handle situations. It's trial by fire. This is how you learn. These are the mistakes or the things that happen to you, and you ask yourself, what could I have done a little different? Next time around, you'll do things a little different because this is how you learn.
Sure. And if at any point it gets combative, just turn it off. Say we're done here, because you don't want people getting fights over music requests. It's that falls on the bar and it falls on the doorstep. And if they think they're going to have problems like that, there's probably already a security team walking. If they get someone at the door, it's big enough that they can police the inside and make sure everybody's playing nice.
Well, even back in the 80s, even back then when life was different, the world was different and all that stuff. I worked for a multi-op. The guy who owned the multi-op was a hard ass on a lot of things, but he did make it perfectly clear. Said, if you ever feel unsafe, leave. Don't worry about the gear. Don't worry about nothing. Get out. I don't care about the equipment. I care about you. So if you ever feel unsafe, just get out. I never did that, but it was peace of mind I had that I didn't have to protect the equipment or, if there was ever a threat, just leave. Just get out, whether it's a fire or a crazy drunk, just go. Don't worry about it. Anything. So
I'm kind of in agreement with that. It's like, take the laptop, take the hard drive, get out.
You grab something.
That takes too long to replace my entire life.
Yeah. Today it's But well, good show, guys. This is a quick little Monday nighter for you, and I think we're all kind of on the same page here, and has some pretty good ideas to share with the class. So if you guys got any ideas that you'd like others to know about, something maybe we didn't cover, some ideas you have on this, put them in the comment section if you're checking this out on YouTube. We'll see you all next time. See you later. Bye.